Greetings, salutations, good day and hi, and welcome to day 5 of the NijiCar Season 2. Well, this is it. It's the last 3 preliminary rounds. We will finally determine the 43-car playoff field after we're done with these last 3 rounds, which will take place at Richmond, Watkins Glen, and Indianapolis. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday as we get set to roll here. Let's open up the game. First up, a bit of a correction I have to make. Yes, it's another naming issue. 2 days in a row in which I made a mistake with player names. This time it involves the winner of the Pokemon race. The whole time I had misspelled Amicia Michelle's name, A-M-A-C-I-A. Nope, it's actually A-M-I-C-I-A, and I ended up making the correction just after the fact. So I guess that's been taken care of. Well, I can't wait for another one of these winners to either have a typo in the name or something wrong with their livery, or using the wrong livery at all, or I don't know. First, for today, we're gonna race under the lights at Richmond Raceway, 3/4 mile long racetrack. They say it's a short track that races like a super speedway. 14 degrees in turns, 8 degrees on the front stretch, 2 degrees on the back stretch. Racing under the lights for 55 laps. No time to waste. We are gonna load. Yes, I have my clock for 7 p.m. in-game. Even though it's like 11 a.m. Eastern time here. As we say hello to Zia again. Yes. Correct livery. Name in the back of her car. Zia had pole. Just don't forget it. Right beside Zia is Higuchi Kaede. And in row 2 it's Nijisanji. Row 3, Taka and Layla. Next is Hana, Rion, and Ryugu. Hana, Rion, and Fernanda Ryugu, I should say. Welcome, surprised to see Fernanda starting in the top 10 in the grid. Ars Amal, where was she previously? These last few races. Claire, Reza, Cheka Malpetra, Chigusa Ichigo Yoon, Yushin Riksa Mika, Shino Yuika, Miyamoto Keisuke, Astro Arcadia, Momu, Tamaki, and Joe, Maria, Shu, and Nari, Reimu, Siska, and Nui, Masaru, Chihiro, and Hari, Ganamareisa, Briscoe, and Inuitoko. Kazuku, Fulgur, Rin, and Alice wrap up the grid. For this 55-lap race, let's get down to the track. Let's get started here. Here we go. Nighttime setting here for round 13. Led off by Zia and Kaede. Might we have 2 pace laps or just a 1? Probably most likely just a 1. Yeah, safety car is coming in, so we are set to start here. It's bullring action at Richmond Raceway, led by Zia and Kaede. Round number 13 is underway. Oh, very good start by Ike. First few cars bumping and shoving. We'll go overhead just in case. See how everyone is doing. Oh, good start by Ike Evelyn's Flexium. Wow, he is way ahead of the others. Ike's Anji, Katrina, and Zia. Sitting by almost a full second, but Anji, Katrina is starting to catch up to Ike. So good jump by Ike early on. But there's still 53 more laps to complete for the entire field. Everyone bunched up early on. Now watch out in the front stretch because of the yellow trash bins, especially when you want to enter into pit lane. You might spear directly into the trash bins when you meant to enter pit lane. And that would end up proving painful if you're not careful. Anji, Katrina is now in the lead, followed by Ike and Zia. Fourth is Petra. Fifth is Ushimi Ichigo. And Ichigo will jump Petra. Ichigo and Rion will jump Petra for P4 and P5 respectively. Anji, Katrina just ahead of Ike. Then round turns 3 and 4. There's Keisuke entering the picture. Austin race winner. Takamiya Rion in P5 made the playoffs last season. Not sure where she is in the point standings. Not too great, I'm afraid. She most likely will require a race win to enter the playoffs. She's currently towards the bottom of the points standings. Ike jumps Anji to regain the lead as Ichigo almost runs into these yellow trash cans. And here she is, Ushimi Ichigo, the magical girl, or whatever occupation she has, jumping everyone to take the lead herself. We're through 8. Single file, mainly throughout. Cars on the inside line trying to pass cars on the outside line. Yellow line rules? What yellow line rules, according to rFactor 1? Look at the side-by-side action. It is less than a mile in length, Richmond Raceway, so expect some close bumping and shoving, especially with a whopper of a number of cars here, 43 here. So almost no room for error. Shu goes up to P3. Anji, Katrina is back in the lead. Anji Katrina of Sanbaka. The Samba Carnival. Lise won a race some time ago in round 5. In round 5 at Dover. Might we have another short track race winner? Well, she's losing position to Shu and Ichigo. Boy, Shu Yamino has made his presence felt throughout the preliminaries. Been leading a few laps, yet to have himself a race win. Just leading throughout several races, yet to ending up finishing low. And Shu, I'm afraid, is actually, he's not in the red in points, so he can't. He has a pretty good shot at advancing to the playoffs just by points alone, as Joe almost crashes into the barriers. Oh, very careful right there. As I was saying, mentioning Samba Carnival, Anji Katrina wants to have another Sanbaka race winner this series, along with Elise, who won at Dover. She has just passed Ichigo to move up to P2 again. And Shu just bumping into the wall for no reason. So we're through 15, 16. Yes, 16. Shu's lead is 2.3 something. Everyone still in the lead lap. Cars being forced out of the yellow line. Be very careful, especially if you ride low instead of high line, because as you know, the tire barriers, the yellow trash cans. Still just a 43 cars. Here comes Anji Katrina making the move on Shu and regains the lead. Might Shu make a move, a rubber band move on Anji Katrina. Like Evelyn's, we have ourselves two Luxium members in the top 3. Nijisanji Chigusa is P4. Arzamal goes up to 5. Ike will pass his teammate to move up to P2. Ike Evelyn to start up at 3rd. Had a good jump to lead the first couple of laps, and now he's back in business. We're through 21. Here comes Ike Evelyn. Back to the lead, he goes. Anji slowing down, Chigusa speeding up, I think. Chigusa goes up to P2. And Fanana! Welcome to the racing, Fanana Ryugu. Is she starting to embrace stock car racing once more? Chigusa goes to the lead. And Anji passes Ike. A lot of passing by these cars. Short track, but rather wide lanes here at Richmond, making for some exciting racing. No wonder this track is one of the more popular racetracks in NASCAR in real life. Banana up to P3 on that pass by Keisuke. Mika Malatika is now 5th. Ike drops down a few to 6th. Anji still leads. We're through 25 of this 55-lap race. That's how fast this race has been going. This is exciting stuff, fellas. Here comes the X-Seeds member, Miyamoto Keisuke, chasing after the Lazulite member, Fanana. Whoa, careful! Whoa! That is dangerous by Keisuke. Very close to hitting the trash bins. He is going to try again. Very dangerous by Keisuke. Goes to P3. Now chasing after Chigusa, speeding up to go up to 2nd. As we've lost Nui Saucier, I'm afraid. Ran out of fuel, most likely. And Sonia is pitting. So we've lost 2 cars. Sadly, Nui is one of them. Keisuke passes Anji to take the lead himself. Shimichigo re-enters the picture. P2 for Ichigo now. Whoa, very careful there. Oh man, several cars are almost hitting the trash bins. Sonny Briscoe back in the race, down to 41 cars still in the lead lap. Look at the overhead view. Exciting stuff at hand in the racing. Keisuke chasing after Ichigo. Ichigo tried to keep her distance from Miyamoto Keisuke. Anji Katrina is a distant 3rd. Us almost in P4, Ike 5th. Ike on the move. Back up to 4. Now passes Anji to go back up to playoff point spot. Anji Katrina trying to rubber band back to where she was previously. Able to pass Ike. Sonny Briscoe out of nowhere. Trying to be a party pooper to the racing going on. Oh, this is dramatic stuff. Oh, Banana Back to P3, but a distant P3 behind Ike and Ichigo. Sonny gets out of the way. Now allow Ike to jump. Regains the lead with less than 20. Less than 20 to go here. Banana Ryugu! Here she is! She jumps to P2. 2 EN drivers in the top 2. Able to go side by side with Sonny Briscoe easily, as Hanamakia has trouble getting ahead of herself with her attempts to enter pit lane. What is she trying to accomplish here? Oh, man. Banana, now the new leader. Hanamakia DNFs due to her inability to enter pit lane correctly. Keisuke up to P2. Wants to have the race lead. Wants a second win these preliminaries. Does go up to a second. 15 to go. More like 14 and a half as far as I'm concerned. Ike third. Anji fourth. Petra fifth. Anji back up to P3. This one is still way too far to be determined here. We're still pending a possible pit stop shuffle. Banana Ryugu trying to put her F1 racing experience to good use. Even though it's radically different from NASCAR style racing. Back up to the lead. As Keisuke slows down. A lot of cars starting to slow down. Oh, no. Oh, Hayun is hurt. Keisuke runs into Hayun. Oh, very close by Anji Katrina, able to avoid Hayun. Ike bumps into Hayun. Unlucky for him. As we have ourselves a whole mess of cars in the way. A whole lot of bumping and shoving. Oh, Fanana will soon reach lapped traffic. As cars start to bunch up with each other. Look at this, it's a mess. A car smoking. Oh, this is brutal. And everyone is going very low now. Oh, Keisuke moves up to the lead, and one car is on fire. Oh no, that's Layla Astromiria. Oh, Fanana ran into trouble. Oh, Keisuke to regain the lead. A car is smoking. You hate to see it. Masakaimao is in pit lane. Yuika is done for. Sonny Briscoe is my goodness. Hayun has to stop. Several cars on fire. Oh, you hate to see this. Late race shenanigans. Less than 10 to go. Oh, look at this. Cars spinning all throughout, all willy-nilly. Petragurin P2. Keisuke is still leading. 7 to go. it is a mess. Rion is done for. Six to go. Chigusa 3, Finana 4th. Keisuke way too far ahead of Petra, 1.836. Yes, it is a Spinala. Chigusa's chasing after Petra. Keisuke is still far ahead of Petra. Oh, here comes the traffic. Here also comes Petra. Keisuke not even stopping to refuel. Chigusa to P2. Two and a half to go in this race for Keisuke, but slams into a few cars, shakes it right off. 2 to go. Riksa goes to P3. Keisuke's lead is just way too great here. There's no way anyone's able to stop him, and we're one lap away from our first repeat race winner this series. Miyamoto Keisuke onto turns 3 and 4, and that is it. Miyamoto Keisuke gets another race win in Season 2, gets a victory at Richmond, so no automatic playoff spots awarded this time to anyone, as he already won it to Austin. And out of nowhere, Takarajiman finishes second, Riksa third, all male top 3. All that effort by Finana to just miss out on playoff points. Well, thinks that's a real mess around here. Yuhari wasting everyone's time. And she crosses start-finish line, and that'll end the race. So Keisuke gets another win. Takarajiman gets a second place finish out of nowhere, and Riksa third. More playoff points for him. And on a pretty good result at P4, but not quite a win when she needed one. Kaede, Mika, Alice, Shu, Ryushin, Shika, Mike, Claire, Ryuhari, Reza, Chihiro, Nari, Siska, Joe Ren Mao, Holger Remu, Arsalmal, Rion Zia, Maria Leila, Masaru Kizuku, Yoon, Sunny, Yuika, Hana, and Nui. As expected, we had a real mess of things. 8 short oval racing grand, ladies and gentlemen. Pomu finished 12th. No, Pomu not quite secure yet in points to reach playoff territory, as far as I'm concerned. But very, very close. But she moves up to the 3 spot overall in points. Renzoto and Aiba Ueha still top 2. Renzoto 215, Aiba Ueha 195, Pomu 193. Miyamoto Keisuke goes up to 4th with 191, and Ha-Yoon 5th with 175. And Scarlett Yonaguni is still bottom of the standings with just 23 points she scored at Daytona. No appearances from her in like 12 consecutive rounds. So probably don't expect to see her in the playoffs unless she gets a miraculous race winner or something or another. Anyway, let's head down to Watkins Glen for road racing. And yes, my brain is working. Set the clock to noon. Watkins Glen for 16 laps. So it's not all turning left, there's also turning right. Using the relatively shorter version of the track. The short course, which doesn't include the boots. Well, the title of the NASCAR race involves going bowling at the Glen, but what does racing have to do with bowling? Except perhaps cars potentially bowling over other cars, like the bowling pins on a freshly oiled bowling alley lane. 2.450 miles, 8 turns. We do add the bus stop inner loop chicane on hand. Anyway, we're set to go 16 laps, 12 noon, and Watkins Glen International up in New York. Start spreading the news. We're gonna head down there again. Remember the closest finish yet in any race, in any of the series I've done here? .001, I believe, is the gap. And it's, I believe, Belmont Banderas won the race. Just like that. Man, that was a real barn burner. Suzuya Aki once again making his presence felt. One at Fontana, one pole for Watkins Glen, starting alongside the defending NijiCar champion Gundo Murray. Etna Rixa row 2. And then we have Lee Roja and Renzoto, Joe and Hana, and Nagisa. Himawari, Sarah, and Maria. Albin, Fanana, and Sonagi. Rosami, Aya, and Lize. Hiona, Banhada, and Remu. Pomu, Furin, and Ratna. Kyo, Anji, and Tomoe. Alice, Layla, and Yuika. Yanari, Belmont, Banderas, and Tamaki. Sarah Amasia. Yes, I spelled her name right this time. And Kaide. Inoue Toko, Sonny Briscoe, and Kane. And finally, Ike, Mal, Ray, and Alira. And still nothing heard from Scarla Yonaguni. Probably found her racing a bit too dangerous after finishing mid-packet at Daytona. Anyway, we're going to race 16 laps for another road course showdown here at Watkins Glen International, led by Suzuki Aki and Gundo Murray. So we're going to get down to the track. And here we go. Here goes nothing. We will skip to like the midway point of the track. Skip past where one would enter the boots if one were racing the full course. Everyone's side by side, slowly warming up their tires, heading into the last couple turns before we get set to begin here. A left and a right are all that's left before the start-finish. Safety car going in, and we are set to go for the penultimate preliminary round, round 14 at Watkins Glen International. And here we go, fellas. This race is green. Going onto the first turn. Now gotta watch out for a specific turn or something, or I don't know. where cars might lose control and accidentally slam into something. How did Gundo Murray not get marked correctly? She's at now 44th. Are you kidding me, man? Perhaps jumped the start incorrectly and she finds herself disadvantaged as we see a couple cars lose it on the bus stop. Oh man, oh, someone slammed onto the side of the wall. Not quite sure about that though, as the cars bypass the shoe as per usual, the boot. Etna Crimson. Here she comes, the ID member, taking the lead after this opening lap, followed by Suzuki and Liroha. I think it's this turn where cars may have issues here. Wow, Albin goes wide. But most everyone seems to be okay. Inner loop again. And now the outer loop. How are the others doing? Been on doing okay in the top 10, but of course she would most likely need a race win for a chance to enter the playoffs. Probably same for Rosemi. I believe she's in the red in points as well. We might have ourselves another duplicate winner if Suzuki Aki wins here. This first turn where camera, where issues might be had here, like for example Rixa losing it completely on this first turn. Yes, it's that first turn that some cars might understeer into, and so the front of his car is a bit compromised. Yeah, one going around this inner loop, going into the outer loop. Luckily, the runoff is extremely wide. Maria Marionette's up to P4. No clue where she is in the points. Just need to make sure a bit of a pause for a bit. Sorry about the pause abuse. And the red of just 34 points. Oh, that's just disappointing. I believe Edna Crimson briefly had the lead, but she's once again second. Gundo Murray rigged by rFactor to behind by 1 lap, because everything's gotta be cruel sometimes. Wow, we have ourselves Kaede going a bit wide here. Anyway, Etna has regained the lead. We're through the first quarter of this race. 4 of 16. Lead of 2.913 as Maria Marionette is up to P3. Now up to P2 as Suzuki Aki fucks up into turn 1. Down to 6 she goes. Lee Roja 3rd, Rosami Lovelock 4, Hanamaki at P5. And the Crimson a bit far ahead. A lot of cars in the red needing race wins. And the Crimson is herself in the red. So's Maria. Lee Roja also in the red. I suppose the same can be said for Rosami. Yes, red. Hanamakia. Red. A lot of cars in the red in points. If you're red in the points, that means you're outside of the top 43 in points to make the playoffs. Maria thankfully made it through that turn okay. But how will the others fare here? Oh, Rixa, you did it again. And look at that. Bumping into everyone again. And his lead is 3.3. Rosami jumps Hanamakia to go back to P4. As Lee Roja tries to clear a gap away from Rosami, but Rosami is speeding up. Tries to make her way to the top 2. No, top 3, yeah, I meant. Whoa, very dangerous by Rosami. Can she stick the hold to P3? She does, but she may be going a bit too fast, approaching the turn number 1. And she's alright there. These cars are okay. We've lost Suzuya Aki and Inoue Toko. Rixa Durandra couldn't quite handle the entry to pit lane. Can you believe it? Suzuya Aki was the pole sitter for this race and is one of the first 2 out here at the Glen. And what is Rixa doing directly in the actual racing surface? I thought he would be directly in the pit lane, and here he is grinding along the wall. Okay, he's in pits. Etna, Maria, Rosami, Lee Roja, Hanamaki are your top 5. As the Cruel Angel Thesis music starts to play here in the background. Oh, it is all happening here at the Glen. Lee Roja! An attack made on Rosami Lovelock. Maria has issues here. She has corrected herself, but Rosami is fast chasing after Maria now. Like how Lee Roja is chasing after Maria. Very dangerous by Maria. As Etna approaches the inner loop. Made it through okay. You call Maria, Rosami into Lee Roja. Lee Roja makes an attack just after the inner loop, onto the outer loop. Lee Roja back to P3. Top 5 or so cars in the red and points, needing valuable race wins to make the playoffs, make the great escape here. 7 to go. Suddenly we're more than halfway through this race. As we lose a car, Shino Yuika, unfortunately, is a victim of a circumstance. Crashing God knows where. Car having an issue at the turn, and his race is done. Albin Knox, unfortunately, also out of the race. Rosami jumps Lee Roja to get back up to P3. Look how close she is to Maria now. Hanma Himawari enters the fray here, just behind Lee Roja. Oh, these cars are getting very close to each other now. Rosami on the attack, just behind Maria, with 6 to go. We are wanting to peel away from Rosami. A very close battle for second between the two as Rosami jumps Maria to move up to P2, but Etna Crimson is still way too far ahead onto the outer loop. And his lead is 6 seconds now. Oh, but she goes wide. She goes way too wide. And is having a bit of an issue here. Rosami got distracted by the mistake by Etna Crimson. That will allow Maria to go back up to P2. As we have several cars also having issues in the first turn. Less than 5 to go at the Glen. No clue when the pit stop shuffle will take place. Etna Crimson crossing inner loop, okay. Lee Roja! What is she up to? Oh, that is just nuts. Oh, losing control of herself in the inner loop. Very dangerous. Mononobe Alice back up to 5. But Himawari is slowly advancing against Alice, but nothing doing there. Alice remains 5. Lee Roja, goes wide. Slightly tags Himawari, losing control. Oh man, Lee Roja is almost out of it lead-wise as the cars go into the pit stop shuffle. Oh, here we go again, fellas. It's the pit stop shuffle. A lot of cars making their way for 4 more laps of action. Who is gonna advance to the lead? It's gonna be Maria Marionette who has the advantage here. Followed by Rosami and a Crimson out 3rd. Alice 4th, Himawari 5th. Perhaps we may be in for an exciting finish in these last 4 laps. Maria's lead is 2 seconds, 2.3 seconds. As they try to make their way around the bus stop. Top 4 look good. Top 5 look good. Maria having the advantage here as the last cars get out of the pit stop. Three to go. Car stranded after the first turn. And that name seemed to blink by fast, and I don't know who that is. But it's probably a lapped car anyway. So what does that matter? Maria Marionette. Still leading, 3 to go. Still anything can happen here. Alice just behind Etna. Alice trying to make a move on Etna in the inner loop, but nothing doing. We are down to 2 here at the Glen. Is clear in the first turn, where most everyone has had issues. Most everyone that has crashed out of the race has had issues. Look at this. 32 cars left. Even Belmont is out of the race. Bus stop chicane. Pretty good. Outer loop, they go. Maria Marionette's able to handle herself here. White flag is up for Maria Marionette. Wanting to make the great escape here. Can't she do it here in this last lap? Both Maria and Rosami clear the first turn with no issue. Same for Etna Crimson, same for Alice. Himawari, likewise. Maria leads by 1.513. Here comes Maria and Rosemi on to the bus stop. Very good. Same for Etna, I'd assume. Maria Marionette just 2 turns away from making the great escape and making a playoff spot along with her teammate Renzotto. Here comes Maria Marionette onto the final turn. That will do it! Maria Marionette is going to the playoff, winning at Watkins Glen. Rosemi Lovelock finishes second. And Etna Crimson will get 1 playoff point. But ultimately, no race win for her, nor Rosemi. Instead, it's another Illuna member. Congratulations to Maria Marilyn. She gets the W at the WGI. Fellas, you just love to see it. Maria, Rosemi, Etna Crimson. Maria Marionette is going to the playoff stage. She was in the red in points, way down there in points. Gets the victory and an automatic playoff berth as a result. What a race, fellas. The Illuna group, the newest Nijisanji gen, has another driver entering the playoffs by way of race win. Oh, Maria. That is some superb racing right there. Oh, you just love to see it. Maria Marionette, Rosemi Lovelock, Etna Crimson, your top 3. This is fun stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Maria, a race winner in NijiCar. Yeah, this is awesome. And it's top 8 are all females. It's not until P9 with Joe Rikichi getting on the board. Joe being the highest male in this race. Let's see, Nagisa, Hada, Ren, Aya, Nagi, Ike, Kaide, Illyra, Ray, Belmont, Nari, Gundam Ray didn't do so hot here. Banana, likewise. Just 29, finishing all 16 laps. Banana, unlucky for her. Sunny, unlucky. Tamaki, Eureka, Albin, Ritza, Aki, and Toko. Okie dokie. Points. Gotta make sure we see 43 names. Yes! 43 names. 43 names. So the point standings aren't rigged. Maria heading to the playoffs. And we may see a few more names also playoff bound. And most definitely a few names going to the playoffs. Because a win is 55 points, which is 50 points plus 5 playoff points. So anyone 160 and higher would be guaranteed, would most likely be guaranteed into the playoffs. So I believe we have a few names already guaranteed playoff spots. Looks like Rixa Durandra will enter the playoffs. Petra Hayun, Honma Himawari, and Pomerain Puff looks like they'll get the nod for the playoff stage. Renzoto, Pomerain Puff, Honma Himawari, Aiba Ueha, and Reimoto Keisuke are your top 5 in points. As we will head down to Indianapolis for the last race of the preliminaries. Last chance for some of the drivers to make the playoff setting. Anyway, congratulations once again to Maria Marionettes, making the great escape, heading to the playoffs. Everyone looks good, so we can move on. We are going to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the last race. Longtime home of the Indianapolis 500 for open-wheel vehicles. But when we're talking NASCAR, it's the home of what used to be the Brickyard 400, which was on the oval. Now it's the Brickyard 200, which is on the road course. Well, the road course is an option for NASCAR race, for racing in rFactor, but not quite for NASCAR racing, as the track couldn't quite fit 42 cars. Only a 35 at max, which isn't ideal. So, we're going to have to race 24 laps on the oval. Two-and-a-half-mile super speedway, 4 turns each at a little over 9 degrees. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The last chance for drivers to make their say here. Last chance for some of the drivers to make the playoffs. As we go ahead and load. Speedway, Indiana, 4.023 kilometers, 2.50 miles, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Oh, guess who's at pole position? It's our good friend Salome, Hakamantanmara Salome, with the she's officially marked car number 112, but the car the one that's supposed to be having the car number 100 isn't even in the series, so she's free to disguise her car as being the number 100 car. Salome and Reza are your front row drivers. Next, Ichigo and Jiu. Chaika and Ririmu are row 3. 789, Aki, Yun, Fuyuki. Kazuku, Chihiro, Reimu. Ranzoto, Kyo, Kaneko, Dola. Hisui, Mintsuha, Siska Leontine. Maria, Layla, and Taka. Amasia, Keisuke, Gundo Murray. Etna, Liroha, and Honma Himawari. Yugo, Monaka Kazaki, and Millie Parfait. Selen, Rixa, and Alice. Shinoyuika, Vox, Sakuma, and Akira Ray. Makoto Rai and Nagisa. And finally, Uki, Pomu, Safina, and Sasaki Saku, which means Scarlet Yonaguni has failed to race in 14 consecutive races after racing for just a one race in the opening round, so that means she'll finish dead last in points. You hate to see it. At least two Illuna drivers making the playoffs, and here we have an Illuna member finishing dead last in points in the preliminaries. We'll see you in the Road Series. Hopefully, Scarla. Uki, Pomu, Safina, and Saku. So to go here, this is the final preliminary stage race, which will take place at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, led by Salome and Reza. We shall be set to go here. Let's bring in the music. In front of a packed crowd, this is the NijiCar version of the Brickyard 400 race. Everyone making their way out onto the track. Slowly to go. Waiting for the music to build up, I think. Yeah, we'll just skip on to the turn 3 and 4, just to save us a bit of a time here. On to turn 4 to go, onto the main grandstand. This is the last preliminary stage round finally, the full 43-car playoff field will be decided after 24 laps here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Race led by Salome and Reza. We are green here at Indy. Here they all come. First bunch of cars making their way onto turn number 1. Reza with a good start here. Followed by Ushimi, Ichigo, and Ojiu. Chucka's 4th, Salome will start off at 5th. Making the way to turn 3. Fast racing here. We'll see how fast these cars can go here, as Reza will have the lead after this opening lap. No, it's going to be Ojiu, actually. Ojiu, followed by Chaika and Reza. Cars going almost 180 miles per hour. Everyone clean after this opening lap. I'm about to get Chaika. Goes up to P1. Over 180 miles per hour now. Goes to 190. So there's basically how fast you can go here. Cars going side by side. Bumping into each other and sandwiching some cars into the wall. Exciting stuff here in NijiCar action. Careful about a bit of roughhousing here. Wow, look at that! This is a crazy stuff here. Dola's 4th, just behind Yashokazuku. Dola makes the pass on turn 3. Approaching Chaika. Goes to P2. Reza still leads. Here come the entire mess of cars around turn 1. Shimichigo, there she is again. As we have ourselves a nice pack of cars in the way. Now they're basically going single file here. Cars on the outside passing cars on the inside passing cars on the outside. Combination of 2-3 wide racing. Rizav and Luna is still leading. For many drivers, this is their last chance to make a mark here. Hopefully get into the playoffs by points. Reza, he's actually in the yellow, which is still barely in the top 43. But outside of the top 28, I believe. Because 28 plus 15 is 43. So if you're between 29th and 43rd in points, then you're in the yellow. Outside of the top 43, you're in the red. And you gotta win to make it into the playoff. Out of nowhere, Shina Yuika makes her way to P2. Like, where did she start? 34th, and somehow she has managed to jump 32 spots to get to where she is currently. Shina Yuika, oh, definitely in the red, wants to make the great escape herself. She's on the move and goes to the lead. Over a quarter of the way through this final preliminary round. And Shina Yuika currently has the upper ground, but there's still lots more racing left for these drivers, many of which wants that race win himself, herself, or themselves. Or if they're on the red, they want to get into the yellow, or in the clear, because in the clear is better than in the yellow. Although we've only had one repeat race winner, and also one wildcard driver entering the playoffs in a bit of a pity move. Shina Yuika, Reza Luna, Layla Alstramiria. Where is Layla in the points? She's clear. She's clear. Layla's in the clear. Well, not quite in the green, confirmed playoff spots and points, but certainly in the clear. So a high race result could put her in the playoffs. She has passed Reza to move up to P2, and here's Layla on the move. Trying to fast approach Shina Yuika. Layla Alstramiria, here she comes. Very close now to Shina Yuika. Waiting for an opportunity to strike, maybe on turn 3. Maybe just beforehand. Here they go on to turn 3. Nothing doing, turn 4. Still nothing going on between these two. We're through 10. 14 to go. Hyun goes up to third. Hisui fourth. Reza down a bit to fifth. For the time being, Layla is on the attack. Layla Alstramiria. Well, she's clear, but so just a good finish would be enough to finish, not necessarily a win. But I believe Shina Yuika needs to win. And this won't help her at all. Even worse, Hyun is threatening. Look how close the top three are. First 15 or so single file, the rest are bunched up together. No incidents from anyone as of yet. Everyone's still driving clean. We're almost approaching the halfway point here. Layla's lead is half a second over Shina Yuika. Another lap lead for Layla. We've reached the halfway mark of this final preliminary round. Layla, Yuika, Hyun. Turn 2. And now Shina Yuika is starting to approach Layla. Here is Shina Yuika trying to find the inside. Gets cut off by Layla. She'll try again, I think. But we reach pit stop shuffle at a little over the halfway point. Everyone will be entering pit lane as we go down to 11 laps. Everyone trying to find position here. Let's just see who will come out. Who's going to have the advantage? Hyun, most likely. Hyun is first to come out. Hyun actually is in the green. So he's already through to the playoffs regardless. Uki Violetta is second. Shina is third. Hyun leading by 3.79 over Uki. Uki definitely in the red. Same for Shina Yuika. While Layla still remains clear, has a pretty good position. Time to go. Uki Violetta goes to the lead. wants to make the great escape himself, but Layla is certainly threatening. Shino Yuika is desperate herself, wants that race win, otherwise she won't make the playoffs. Uki and Yuika both needing the race win. Layla and Hayun trying to be spoil sports. Look at this. Layla Alstra-Miria jumps herself into the lead. And she's fast trying to go away from Yuika, who makes her way to second. Shino Yuika wants that race win badly. Very close now to Layla. Onto turn one. They go. Passes Layla to move into the lead. We're just 1/3 of the race away from the finish. Rimu is 5th, but I'm pretty sure she's not quite in it. Millie Parfait, yeah, red. Oh, here comes Layla again! Regains the lead. And so panic again for Yuika and her team. Significant gap between second and third. Makaino Ririmu goes up to P3. Fourth Uki, fifth Millie. Gap of 5 seconds between second and third. Even closer between first and second. On to the front stretch they go. Shino Yuika passes Layla. That's his third consecutive turn one pass between these two. Uki Violetta third, Sasaki Saku fourth. A lot of cars in the red. Honma Himawari is green, however. Layla is certainly clear. And still in a very, very good position to make the playoffs. Comes Shino Yuika. Down to 5. Lead of 2 seconds. Shino Yuika. Sasaki Saku jumps up to P3, but still too far away from Yuika to make her mark. Ditto Millie and Uki. Sasaki Saku wants to jump to P2 at the expense of Layla. On the front stretch, Sasaki Saku P2. 2 drivers in the red make up the top 2 spots. 4 to go. Layla wants to bounce back to where she was previously, but why even bother ruining someone's race when she's high enough for her to make the playoff? Is she showing significant XID gamesmanship? Looks like she is. Back to P2 she goes. And Layla is also making a threat on Shiina Yuika now. Three to go. All 43 drivers still in it. All within the lead lap. Oh, Layla's getting close now. Uh-oh, watch out, Shiina Yuika. Here comes Layla. I'm sure she'll make the pass onto turn 3. Does! And Yuika is currently out of it. Oh, not too good. As Layla is peeling away. Maybe in for a close finish. I don't think there's going to be a turn 1 pass. No, definitely not. Layla's still too much ahead. Almost 1 second separates these two. Layla Alstroemiria wanting to continue ID dominance. Shiina Yuika wants to win really, really badly, but she has a little over 1 lap to go. Oh, Layla, here she comes. Layla, it looks like she's going to have the big advantage heading into the white flag. Takarajiman out of nowhere! Oh, this is brutal for Shiina Yuika. All the way down to a distant third. Layla Alstroemiria just half a lap to go from victory. Oh, poor Shiina Yuika. You gotta feel for her. Had a chance to win, but nothing doing, and to add insult to injury, Takarajiman enters the fray. Here comes Layla Alstroemiria onto the final turn. And it's more ID dominance. It's going to be ID top 2 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Layla Alstroemiria wins here in the final preliminary round. Another podium finish for Takarajiman, and I'm so sorry, Shiina Yuika. 3rd place just won't cut it. It's going to be Road Series for you. Same for Sasaki Saku. Akira, not quite. Gundam Murray finishes 6th. Gundam Murray in the yellow. We'll wait to see how the points stand. She might make the playoffs, I'm not sure. She scored high here. Layla definitely in the playoff. How she is here. Leila Takarachimana and Sasaki Saku. Perhaps the most disappointing third place reaction you might ever see here. As Leila will go into victory lane. She's definitely going to have some fun in the playoffs. Everyone is parked in place. Everyone is finished. Time 23:53. This is quite a long race, I should say. And what a way to wrap things up here in the preliminaries, as we're going to go ahead and bring in the points. And congratulate the drivers who will make the playoff. Anyway, points. Leila, Taka, Yuika, Saku, Rei, Mirai, Etna, Ririmu, Suha, Yun, Ska, Millie, Nagisa, Reza Vox, Hisui, Remu, Rai, Alice, Pomu, Kyo, Yugo, Uki, Ichigo, Chaika, Kazaki, Selen, Honma Himawari, Dola, Aki. Wow, all this effort for Salome to finish 31st, despite starting pole. That's most likely going to be a Road Series appearance for Salome. Fuyuki, Chiyu, Safina, Mikoto, Roha, Kizuku, Messiah. Ranzotto finished 39th. I don't know how high Pomu finished. I think Pomu may have stolen the regular season title from Ranzotto. We'll wait to see how it is in the points. I think Pomu finished high enough to finish top of the regular season standings. And finally, yeah, Rixa, Chihiro, Miria, and Keisuke. Everyone finished all 24 laps, so GG everyone. Let's lock in the points and congratulate the drivers who will make the playoff. "43 names. Leila, Taka, and Yuika. Leila, well, most certainly in the playoffs. And yes, by one single point, Pomu Rainpuff wins the preliminary points title over Ranzotto. Honma Himawari third, Leila 4th, and Hayun 5th. So Pomu Rainpuff will get a 15-point bonus for the round of 43. All drivers will start. All 43 drivers in the round of 43 will start off with 200 points. Get the points set to 200 points. The top 10 in the point standings will earn bonus points. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finishing in the red, so Let's see. It looks like Anji Katrina might as well make the playoff. I think Anji Katrina is playoff bound. Unless I'm mistaken. Yes, Anji Katrina will make playoff on tiebreaker. Kaide will just miss out on the playoff, it looks like. I want to count to 43, hopefully. Looks like Rosami will enter the playoff. Gundam Murray is definitely playoff bound. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. And by the skin of her teeth, Shino Yuika makes the playoffs anyway. Third place good enough for her. So she can breathe easily. Takarajiman playoff. Sasaki Saku not in playoff. And Akira Ray, nope, not in playoff. And a lot of names are missing on the playoff, but we have 43 names in there, and we'll show them to you. We'll show them to you in the thread. But congratulations to the top 43, and congratulations most especially to Pomo Puff, who by 1 point takes the regular season preliminaries and gets 15 bonus points to start off the round of 43 in a couple weeks. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to waste some time reading out all the names of drivers who will enter the NijiCar Cup Series playoffs for Season 2. That's Homo Rain Puff, Renzo, Zohan Mahimawari, Layla, Oscar, Amelia, Hayun, Aiba, Uehara, Mimota, Keisuke, Suzui Aki, Mononobe Alice, Petra Guren, Takarajiman, Siska Leontine, Rixa, Direndra, Uchimi Ichigo, Narahamarum, Hitokochi Hisui, Shu Yamino, Nagisa Arsinia, Tsukino Mito, Einagamugi, Gundo Murray, Reimu Endo, Reza Abanluna, Folger Overed, Amasia Michela, Edna Crimson, Daram Kado, Liroha, Lisa Helesta, Moinaka Kazaki, Ojiu, Ike Evelyn, Zia Ekavira, Shina Yuika, Azura Cecilia, Rosami Lovelock, Shizuka Rin, Sunny Briscoe, Auntie Katrina, Oliver Evans, Maria Marionette, Mr. Rios, and Hyuna Eletiora. These are your 43 playoff drivers. The rest will compete in the Road Series. Breathe. Breathe, man, breathe. Okie dokie. So we're gonna begin the Road Series on Friday night, hopefully, with the 62 drivers that will not enter the playoffs. have 40 drivers for each race, and we'll determine who finishes 44th and below in the overall NijiCar standings. In 10 ridiculous races, mostly on road courses, but there are some oval races as well. We'll have 2 races on Friday night, Road Atlanta and DuQuoin, and then we'll have rounds the following Friday and Saturday, and then the Friday afterwards. And then after that, the next day, we'll begin the Cup Series playoffs with the round of 43. Round of 43 will be staged at Darlington, Kansas, and Bristol for round of 43. Round of 30, Mid-Ohio, Texas, and Talladega. Round of 20, Portland, Homestead, and Martinsville. And, of course, the Championship 10 race at Phoenix. So get ready for the postseason for NijiCar Season 2. It will begin with the Constellation Road Series on Friday night, hopefully at 8 Eastern. And then, and so thanks so much for watching. Playoffs in a couple weeks, with 43 drivers making the playoffs. Take care, everyone. We'll see you hopefully on Friday night for the Road Series, and have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care, everyone. What's your dad?